Yes, hello, hi, and welcome to the
Yeah.
afternoon in Virgo. Is it Virgo? I'm so confused.
Yes, new moon in Virgo.
Excellent. You in Virgo, lovely. So we've got a nice earth sign going on. And as ever, we are Amu Clarity and Rain Lawrence, and we make up the Black Queen of Pentacles, which is a coven. And that is a group of witches or people who identify as witches. And we come together primarily on Zoom and via Telegram to share spell work, witchcraft, to celebrate the witchy holy days. There are 8 each year. We also do book clubs on there. So if you'd like to join us, this is the QR code. If you just scan that, it'll take you into our little Telegram group.
Since we're talking about that, let us know in the comment if you rather use another app than Telegram. We started with Telegram, but we're still open to suggestion. If we see that more people use another app, we might do the switch.
Absolutely, yeah. I know some people have used Discord, and WhatsApp, I guess, is an option. We always put these videos out on YouTube, and we kind of use Instagram quite a lot, don't we? So feel free
Yes.
to give us a follow. I'm at the Free Birth Doula, and Amu is at amu.clarity, aren't you? Just had that powerful super blue moon in Pisces, full moon. So I was trying to discard like this lack of dreaming. I've had barely any dreams actually lately. So I wanted to try to reignite that dream space. And I have had a few more dreams. So I think just that intention has achieved that. I've also been thinking about trying to get my family dynamic improving, and that has worked actually, yeah. I've been trying to lose weight and I've committed to a diet which is going really well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with my full moon releases. Yeah.
Nice. You're on the right track.
Yeah, man. Over
Yeah.
the course of however long, I think it's like 8 months or 9 months that we've been doing these circles, I've got a more of an appreciation for the full moon. I used to kind of be like up for new moon, and then full moon I was a bit like, "Ugh, I don't want to release. I want to always be in that like go
Yeah.
drive intention space." But actually I can see the benefit now of that ebb and flow. So
Yeah, I feel it too. Yeah,
good.
it's true. I was always so excited for new moon because it's like it's a new beginning, but where's the end or where's the like it's a thing to start something, but if you don't leave anything behind, it's like you carry everything with you and it's slowing you down, really.
Yeah, it's like this very sort of capitalist idea of just ultra productivity at all times, isn't it? And nothing else
Go,
in
go, 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 go,
yeah,
go, go, go.
and nothing
Yeah.
else in nature is like that, you know. Even the fields and the animals and the plants and the trees, they all have this
Trees.
rest time, don't they? And downtime that we need.
Yeah, yeah. Me, I wanted to release, first of all, I mentioned any financial burden. So to me, it was coming more of a state of mind, speaking about being broke, speaking about not having a lot of money, speaking about not being able to afford what I want to afford. Like I've tried to cut it and like money comes and go. I mean, and so, yeah, I realized that I've been treating myself a little more this week. So my relationship with money is more like I enjoy it even if I don't have it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I've been putting things on my credit card, but I mean, I have to eat, I have to treat myself because if you always complain about not having, you won't ever have. All
Exactly.
right.
The universe.
So it's like fake it till you make it kind of attitude that I'm trying to adopt right now.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to release any relationship burden. So again, it's about the state of mind. Like even if so I mentioned before that there were certain people and I was trying to leave behind, but um I've take time to think about it a little more and I realized that it might not be the person that I have to leave behind, but my perception of the relationship that I have to leave behind because it might not quite be right, or my perception of the person literally might not be right. So yeah, this and yeah, mainly that was my two to, oh, and I wanted to let go of limiting beliefs, but this is on the list all the time.
This is continuous. Yeah, this is lifelong.
Yeah,
I'm
all
glad-
year long.
I'm glad you said that about the friend, because yeah, I think a lot of the time we can either just sever all ties, or we can say, like, how can I be more mature or grow, use this relationship to grow? You know, maybe you can learn something by staying, but change the way you interact with it, or change your boundaries to this person. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, I mean, if you need to cut somebody out, you need to cut somebody out, but sometimes we jump to that before else, you know.
There's step before that, and sometimes it's like there's a
like,
build up because we don't have boundaries, or we don't speak up, or we don't stand firm in our boundaries. So at the end we're like, oh, fuck this person, but truth is it's you. It's you. Like, if I did speak up, the person wouldn't have take so much space, or yeah, anyways, you understand what I mean. It's like everything come from within. So
wow, Amu, you're so mature and zen, and you're a guru.
I'm so proud. When I realized this, I was like, oh God. So I was literally frustrating. I was frustrated because of me.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it?
Because of me.
You're like, damn it, why is it always me?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's jump into it. Nice. So this new moon is in Virgo, and this has got that kind of harvest feel. Virgo's like a really dedicated, hardworking, practical sign. So when we have the newness of the moon aligning with that Virgo energy of like, yeah, they're very, what is that word? I just had it, was on the tip of my tongue. Like, diligent. They're very diligent sign. So it's got that harvest energy, but it's also about the joy of self-respect and self-care. So Mercury turns direct in Virgo. Mercury is the planet that rules both Virgo and Gemini. And so when it turns direct in Virgo the day after this new moon, it ensures that our boundaries and priorities are clearly articulated through our habits. Yeah. So it's about kind of recommitting to that health goal you had, recommitted to the diet. It's a lot to do with like your daily routine. So getting back into like better sleep wake cycles, better sleep hygiene, a better daily routine, essentially. So it's kind of, when the new moon is in Virgo, it's kind of a time to take control of the situation. Ask, where am I, and where do I want to go? New moons are restarts, and Virgo has this energy of like, yes, let's restart, but let's do it in like a very smart, methodical Virgo way. It also has a strong healing aspect. Virgo is another of the earth signs, so it's all about utilizing herbs and like nature and water and plants, crystals, all the things of this earth to not only solve health problems, but just to make you feel better in general. You know, you don't necessarily have to have a problem that you're trying to resolve. You might just want more energy or to feel better in your body. So Virgo loves all that clean eating, alternative therapies. So add these into your routine at this new moon and recommit to those if you've kind of let them slip a little. Just a little disclaimer, Virgo can be a bit over analytical or maybe too critical. Sorry, Virgos, no shade. So ask less what someone can do for you, but try to be a little bit more in service and ask how you can help or how you can help yourself. Yeah, like I said, recommit to those healthy morning routines and evening routines. Yeah, I feel like that's it. New moon in Virgo, because it has this harvest energy, look out for that bounty, that that harvest, that reaping of the rewards of the hard work you've put in, and cultivate that attitude of like searching for the rewards and the good things in life.
That sounds great. I'm ready for the rewards.
Yeah, and we've been working hard, I think.
Yes. On another end, we have Venus retrograde cycle has ended. So Venus went back to direct. Venus is the planet of love and relationship. So yeah, back in her path in the sky.
Yeah, I've felt this quite a bit, the Venus retrograde that started around June time. So it's been a few months that Venus has been going backwards, and now she stations direct again in Leo. So this is a momentous moment where the power of like love and self-love really shines through, and it's an 8-year cycle of connection, value, and partnership that begins today, actually. Yesterday, September 3rd is when it's stationed again. So really make the most of that and take it on. You know, it's an incredible heart opening that's been happening since June. So you can evaluate your self-worth now, and this might be a more easeful time to do it because Venus is stationing forward again. So you can concentrate on different heart chakra activations. Your heart chakra is here, and it's green. The colors associated with it are green and pink. So if you have green or pink gemstones, or if you can get these like cheap dyes for the bath, you can have a lovely decadent green or pink bath, anything to kind of align you to that energy of Venus and that huge heart opening portal that we've got starting September 3rd.
Yes. So Venus was in retrograde since July 22nd. So yeah, that was actually a period of transformation. So as you said, it was really a time to reflect. And so ideally in the past month and a half, you've been able to increase self-love and confidence. And yeah, Venus retrograde usually enlighten ways to feel fulfilled without needing external validation. So really it comes from within. And now that Venus is back in direct, you should have or take time to process and find clarity, you know, reflect on what happened in the next month and a half. And until October 7th, we have post shadow from retrograde. So we suggest that you listen to your heart again before taking any drastic decision.
Awesome. Yeah, actually, as you were speaking, I just remembered I kind of recommitted to finding a partner IRL, because I've been dabbling in these dating apps, and it's really unsatisfying, and the caliber of guy that are on there, no offense to anybody, but it's like I feel like it's a lazy, half-hearted attempt at finding love. So the sorts of people on there are people who aren't really necessarily looking for something meaningful, because if they were, they wouldn't just be like hoping to swipe on an app in their front room and find them. You know, you have to commit to taking the right action and getting out there really for that to happen. And so yeah, I feel like I often delete the apps, but this one feels much more stable and long term, and I haven't kind of pined for them and thought, oh, but you know, I'm missing out by not being on the dating apps. Actually, I felt like, yeah, you know, you've tried them, they weren't particularly fun or successful, so next, you know. And I think this is in line with that Venus retrograde thing of like focusing on yourself and not looking external to
right
complete you. So that's
like
cool.
realigning with your wants and needs.
Exactly. A friend of mine who is also quite heavily into the apps, it also kind of gave up, and she waited till, was it the full moon
in 30th
on the 30th? Yeah, she waited till then because it felt like quite a nice complete way to do it. On, you know, the release that happens at full moon was her kind of releasing her connection to dating apps. So that was quite nice. So we've got them. We'll talk about a little bit about the Mercury rulership, if that's all we have for Venus.
Yep,
awesome. So Mercury, like I said, is the only planet who rules 2 signs, and those are Gemini and Virgo. And so because it's having this moment with the new moon, it means that the areas that planet rules could be smoother now. So if you've been having any issues with communication, intellect, memory, and transport, and kind of like technology, now that the Mercury stations direct again, those should be a lot smoother now.
I can relate because in a sense, well, about communication, of course, there's situation I've been in recently that I could have speak up now I want to speak up, but at the time I said like, oh, it's not my battle, never mind. But now I feel like it want to come out, you know.
That's interesting. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I'm not sure if I know the date that Mercury went stationed direct, but it's coming up, or it may have just passed. So yeah, I'm thinking in my own life, just finding like-minded individuals who are up for communicating has been a bit of a challenge, because I recently moved, and so I've come across a couple of people lately who are like up for phone calls, and they have similar beliefs to me, so that's been nice. And I guess, yeah, that kind of is probably being heralded by this directness of Mercury now. We also have a little bit of stuff going on in Uranus. So this new moon has a tight alignment to Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of awakening, change, chaos, liberation. So it makes it easier for things to get moving. So think about, what in your life do you need to get a wriggle on with? What have you been kind of procrastinating on or having indecision or uncertainty about? Now's a good time to just use this new moon energy and really set bold intentions. We're going to have a little ceremony later, whereby we can set our intentions with this Earth moon, but really be like ostentatious with them, because this alignment with Uranus means that that energy of chaos and change and awakening and the ability to transform is on your side.
It's funny because I always, when I think about Uranus, I always want to say Uranus is the planet of Uranus, because literally, like, it's a shifting.
It slaps your ass. Yeah, it's true.
Like a mutation, but it's you. I mean, it's your core, it's your essence, it's your beliefs. It's like deep inside.
Wow.
So yeah, Uranus is the planet of Uranus.
So yeah, Uranus by name and by nature. It's funny as well, because we've only just started pronouncing it in an appropriate way. Like I think the Brits generally, and I'm a Brit, say Uranus, but then it's like, ugh, like I kept hearing it on the last videos, like, oh no. So now I've started pronouncing it Uranus, but you're right, there is that.
I have no idea how we're supposed to pronounce that word. I read your anus. So
yeah. Moving swiftly on, we've also got Mercury trine Jupiter. So I'm planning to do an Instagram post soon to speak about all these astrological terms like conjunct and trine and square. But essentially the trine is a positive. You can either have positive or negative aspects, and obviously the positive ones are a little smoother and the negative ones can be a little more tricky or bumpy to navigate. So when we have Mercury, and like we mentioned, that's about communication, memory, transportation, and communication, intellect, in a positive aspect to Jupiter, and that's about abundance, positivity, expansion, luck. That those can only be good things. It's kind of like the two positive planets are in a positive aspect, so it's just like doubling these energies. So yes,
wow.
About that. What else we got going on? We've got Jupiter retrograde. So yeah, there's been so much backward activity, and September is similar. There'll be a lot of planets, maybe like 7 or 8 planets all retrograding around the same time. So Jupiter retrograde is a slightly less sort of explosive one, because Jupiter retrograde happens every year, but it's in Taurus this time. So that encourages us to think about stuff that you've been sweeping under the rug or ignoring, and also about how you relate to your abundance and self-worth, and like trying to eradicate any scarcity mindset you might have, or like negative self-talk of like, oh, but that's never going to happen. Yeah, this is a really positive time to scrap all that, because it does nothing for you. I know it's easier said than done, but I'm a huge advocate for Abraham Hicks. So if you go onto YouTube and type in Abraham Hicks, there's like hours and hours of this wonderful woman speaking, and she channels this entity, I believe, but they have this really simple philosophy whereby basically you've told the universe all day, every day, you're telling the universe what it is that you desire. So that's not the part that humans have a lot of trouble with. But the next step in this sort of manifestation technique is to align yourself with the energy of what you desire. And that's where a lot of us humans aren't very good. And rightly so, because we kind of look around and we see that we don't have the car that we want, and we don't have the job that we want, and we don't have the gorgeous person in our bed that we want. But you have to try to vibrate at the frequency of as if you already have that, and then the universe can deliver it. And it's almost like a law, you know, like if you ask for X but you're vibrating at the frequency of Y, X cannot come. Like it just is an impossibility. So I've been really enjoying those, and I encourage everybody to listen. There's hundreds of hours, like I say, for free, and they're really good. So we've all
That's wonderful. Yeah, you know, universe don't comprehend, universe confirms. So whatever you set your mind on, universe says yeah, universe says okay. So basically mindset is key.
Exactly. And they speak about your inner being and how you kind of, if you ever feel dissatisfaction, like you only ever feel that dissatisfaction if you're out of alignment with your, I think they call it source, but basically source loves you and wants everything that you want to come to you. So if you don't feel like that, that's a surefire knowing that you're out of alignment. So yeah, it's just about doing things that give you joy and make you vibrate high, and then the rest is kind of guaranteed. It's
yeah,
but easy, not easy, but very simple. So we've also got the sun conjunct Mercury, lots of Mercury going on. So the sun is this kind of like father figure, and it's like a nurturer, a life giver. And when it's conjunct Mercury, it puts the focus on your thinking and communications and short distance travel, like we mentioned before. And it brings this sort of mental alertness and quick thinking and adaptability and curiosity. So utilize that and expect increased personal interaction in your like sort of local environment. Think neighbors and community, siblings, school, and over the internet, but not necessarily like larger, wider groups. And I think that's all I could find for this moon.
well, it's quite a lot.
It's quite a lot. It looks like September's shaping up to be quite, it felt like August gave us quite a little sort of rest and respite, maybe you don't feel that, but I felt like
yeah,
chilled. And September,
yeah. September looks busy. Well, it's funny when you think about it, because well, there's it's school, go back to school, so you know, and well, not really, but it's getting kind of cold, and the sun is getting lower, and like there's I think there's an universal shifting in about everything.
Yeah, I feel that. We've just had this kind of minor scandal in the UK about there's like some concrete that was used for, I don't know how many years actually, maybe a 10-year period, and it was like ineffective and dangerous, and it was used in lots of schools and other buildings. But there's been this like big media frenzy about how, you know, lots of schools are dangerous and listing which schools they are, and yeah, like you say, it's kind of been, there seems to be a shift, doesn't there, in the air. I think we're coming up to the 21st of September, which is the Mabon festival, which is like it's called autumn equinox. So I think it's is it the shortest day? Yeah, it must be the shortest day. No, hang on.
No, the shortest day is in December.
Yeah. So what is spring? Oh, so it's when, I think it's when they're just as long as one another. I need to check this out, because you have the solstices, which is one's the longest day, one's the shortest day, and you, like you say, you've got the December winter solstice and the June summer solstice, and then you have the equinox. So I think that's kind of like where the days are length. Yeah. So it means in this part of the world, at least, the days are going to slowly get shorter and shorter and
shorter. Yeah, we change time by the time of the year. Well, it's the end of October we change time. Yeah. But it just switch season and everything.
Yeah. So there does seem that feeling of like people sort of steeling themselves and preparing for that long winter, and beginning to go inwards, and you know, kind of like a little field mouse kind of collecting all the nuts and getting ready for this time of hibernation. I can feel that anyway.
Yeah, like you get your blanket, you get your cup of tea, you get your warm socks, and yeah, getting ready for winter season, for cuddle season.
Absolutely, yeah. So hopefully I can find the partner before cuddle season. Otherwise I'm myself again.
We'll see. By that time, I will be in Jamaica sweating, so I won't need nobody to heat me up.
Good for you. And also I've got Onyx, you know, Onyx can be my snuggle partner if nobody else will.
Yes, 100%. Baby boy.
He's the best snuggler I could ever ask for. So which houses are impacted this new moon?
First of all, the houses impact work with your rising and sun sign, so your regular zodiac or your rising. So if your sun sign or rising is in Virgo, or if you have Virgo in that placement, it's your first house that will be impacted. So the first house is about the awareness of self. So your identity, your personality, and even your physical body. After that, we have Leo. So if Leo is your rising or your zodiac, we have house number 2. So it's about what you have, what you possess. So your possession, your like money, security, what you need to feel like tangibly secured. I'm proud of this. All right. If you have Cancer now, rising or sun sign, the 3rd house, it's about thinking, it's about communication, mental activity, and as well siblings. So we know that communication and mental activity with sibling can be quite difficult sometimes. We have so if you're rising or your subsign is Gemini, is your 4th house that is impacted. So it whatever you nurture or what you need to feel nurtured. So your home, your family, your roots. How do you feel about that? Since you have Gemini placement.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So this is the new moon. So it's about intentions, and it's around the middle of September, to do with my parents, my family, belonging. There's definitely been attempts lately by me to kind of make peace with the past and to go forward with better communication and relationships with my family. So yeah, I feel that. I do feel that, and I hope that this new moon energy there is going to give me even more, because my mother and I, we have embarked on counselling. I think I mentioned it last week, didn't I? And now we've had our first session, and it was good. It didn't go how I expected at all. And he actually was like, I don't want to see you again. Like he said, which to be honest, I'm grateful for, because financially I'm struggling, and it's not cheap therapy. So yeah, I hope that just that one session and both of us kind of showing our commitment to the process and being willing to do that will be enough, because he was like, I don't think we need to do this again, which is bizarre. He could keep us there for years and get the money. So he obviously means it,
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, we tried.
Yeah.
We're just perfect. What can I say? Sorry.
Yeah, you tried.
So perfect.
All right. So if you have Taurus in sun sign or rising, it's your 5th house that is impacted. So it's about creation, creativity, romance, and also children. You create children in general. So yeah, I'm a Taurus sun. Well, romance, there's nothing going on, and I'm not planning any romance in September. Well, creativity, I should say, like it's always, I feel this year have been really about the same houses or the same kind of team impacted for me, right?
Career and work, money, isn't it, for you? It has been.
Yeah, exactly. Work, money, and it's really how I feel like I'm so aligned with this work, and not necessarily money, but building solid foundation and like having a steady income. I'm like, it's not like So I have three sources of income, and the three of them are not certain. Like sometimes it's one of them that is paying more, and sometimes it's the other, and there's no guarantee never. But yeah, I mean, I've been working on this one day at a time, right?
Right.
Yeah. Now, if you have Aries in your sun sign or rising, it's your sixth house that's impacted. Sixth house is impacted for Aries. So it's about service. It's about your health, your job, your daily routine, and self-care. After that, we have Pisces, seventh house. It's about partnership and marriage. So not necessarily like weddings, but any sort of partnership. It could be business partnership, it could be friendship, it could be romance, any partnership. If you have Aquarius as rising or sun sign, it's your eighth house that is impacted. This one is about circulation. So transformation, rebirth, letting go, all those kind of things. Also death. Well, it might not be literal death. It can be like, as I said, rebirth, spiritual death.
Okay.
If you have Capricorn as rising or sun sign, it's your ninth house that is impacted. This one is about exploration. So it could be higher education or education in general, travel, philosophy, spirituality, all those things would be impacted. Now, Sagittarius.
Saggy
It's your
baby.
10th house. And this one is about achievement, career status, reputation, legacy, public image, all good things.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like I have a court case coming up, not legal, don't worry, I'm not a crim. But yeah, like that whole management of your reputation and how you present, and unfortunately with the sort of system that I've become embroiled in, it's about kind of proving and continually displaying and demonstrating your you know how you're respectable and you're capable. And so yeah, that's really useful to me at the moment, and it's been something I've had to focus on. It's not that something that I'm necessarily that interested in ordinarily, but yeah, like I say, it's just something you have to do. You have to demonstrate
that you're successful, that you
yeah.
have your things in hands. And
Exactly, because the court, the local authority are trying to say otherwise. So now I'm having to like, you know, find this and that and that, and this proves that I'm decent and all the other adjectives. So yeah, that's definitely been there for me, and it's almost over, you know. So
yeah,
looking forward to a time when I can kind of just relax and be a bit more.
it's funny because like being someone who's in the inside, you know, I know how you live your life, and I see how you actually you do your best, and to me you seem successful. Like, yeah, you might be saying like you don't have much money, but the truth is you're aligned with your higher self, you're aligned with where you want to go, you actually like make your own path, and to me that's really rewarding. So yeah, go on, girl.
Thank you. And this is the thing, it's so frustrating because they don't use any of that. They use like ancient things that were written about me by strangers, you know, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. But, you know, unfortunately it's there, and it's written by a professional or somebody that's like has status or influence. So they take that as really valuable. So
They went to school and there's a paper saying they have the right and the competence to tell that you're an idiot or you're mad or you're whatever.
I know, yeah, but this is the world we live in. So I guess what this house is talking about for me is like taking power, yeah, like taking control of how my image is used rather than just letting them like tell me who I am.
True. Stand your ground.
Yes, I always do. Unfortunately, that's I wish I could roll over more. Like, to be honest, it's way easier, but we can't do it.
Oh God. All right. Now we have two more left. So Scorpio, if your rising or sun sign is Scorpio, it's about aspiration. So it can be your goals, but it can also be your groups, like your the people around you, your friends, your family. And then we have Libra for last, the 12th house. So this one is about dreams. It could be solitude, introspection, unconscious and limitation as well. So it could be about limiting belief as much as it can be about dreaming, you know, in a sense that, well, dreams are meant to become reality, right? So
Yes, ideally.
yeah, that
And
is it.
I skipped over, but you would also have house 2 because you're a Leo rising, which is
Leo.
possessions, values, skills. Okay.
Yeah, money and security, what I need to feel secure in a more tangible way. Well, we've mentioned it, business, career. So this is what I'm focusing on. And yeah, it's really aligned with my intention.
Those foundations, got it. Okay. So now Ms. Clarity is going to treat us to a tarot reading.
Woohoo! Well, first of all, the Hermit card is associated with this sign, Virgo. Yes. So the Hermit card is about spiritual mastery, growth, accomplishment, and self-discovery. The Hermit is really like, you know, when you go inward and you come out with wisdom. So you have the knowledge you acquire over time and you turn it into wisdom, basically. And we have number 9. Number 9 is like close fulfillment. You know, if number 10 would be the highest level, well, number 9 is like you soon reach. So as I said, turning your knowledge into wisdom, it's like this stage of consciousness where you acknowledge things, right? Yes. Do you want to show your Hermit card?
Yes, this is the OG
Yeah.
Smith deck. Very similar, actually. I was just looking at your one. It's not, yeah, it hasn't strayed very far from the original. Yeah, nice. I like the little lantern because yeah, that feels like that is his inner knowing,
light,
that he's
showing the light. Yeah, showing the path. And I realized that he's standing on a mountain, so he have like a higher point of view where he can actually see, like he have a bigger perspective. And walking with the stick, which is like a pillar, you know, it's something solid, like
yes, stability. Nice.
Yeah, thank you, that's the word I was looking for.
Awesome. Yeah,
should we put card? I want to put oracle cards.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, 2 just jumped out. I'm gonna look at those. I'm gonna take these ones.
Which one? You want to go for it?
Yeah, so these 2 just dived out of the pack. So I have the 8 of Cups, which is kind of like losing interest, like a situation becoming untenable to the point where you're like, nah, I have to abandon this or walk away or withdraw. That's what the 8 of Cups is about. Interesting.
You know, I also sees it as, because this one always remind me the moon. You see the moon in the background, and it's like this character have a long path or a rocky road before they can reach the moon. You know, when you say aim for the moon. So I feel like even if the things seem unattainable, yes, it's a rocky road, yes, it's difficult, but if you walk through adversity, you're still gonna reach the moon.
Oh, 100%.
Because there is a path. It might be rocky, but it's there.
Yep. And then I have 3 of Wands. So 3s are about self-expression. Yeah.
And Wands is fire energy, it's passion, it's spirituality, it's sensuality. I feel like this one would be more of a me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
Like where you want to go, where you want to build your solid foundation. Like what is blocking you, or what limiting beliefs, or you know, because 3 doesn't allow you to build something solid. There's 1 missing. But the key would be inside of you, me, myself, and I.
Yeah, and kind of like only directing your energy and focus where you definitely want it to. You know, we can sometimes kind of like waste energy and dissipate it in different areas, but this is kind of saying no, like think about where you want to go and only focus there.
Yes. Yeah, yo, those 2 cards are really connected. You know, the rocky road, like even if there's a rocky road, just stick to your ID and go for the moon.
Yeah, and there's always going to be challenges and obstacles, aren't there? If there isn't, it's kind of like well, where's the reward? When you get it and it's handed on a plate, you're not really satisfied, are you? Because you didn't grow and challenge yourself to get to it.
I feel like I want to pull cards to go with those, like in a sense, like what you could focus on and what you could avoid. What you could focus on. Next card, avoid this. Yes. Okay. So, okay, so what you should focus on, we have a wind of change. And this one is number 3. Funny, we just talked about number 3.
This was 3 too.
So a wind of change. Basically this one is about letting the wind blow. You know, I think we mentioned that before, when you look at the tree is solid in its roots, but when breeze a blow, the leaves are all going like this. So there's movement, there's flexibility, but you still stand your ground. So if you want to go there, even if the road is rocky, you want to go there, why would you stop? Tell me that, why would you stop in hell if paradise is right here? Come on.
Yeah, it's reminded me of like the yoga philosophy of like bend, don't break. You know, you can keep stretching and bending, and there's going to be like pain-ish, but it's the pain of stretching rather than the pain of like collapse, you know?
Yes, there's a samurai saying as well. They say they don't fall, they just bend their knee to jump higher.
Nice. We've got samurais, we've got yogis, we're all inclusive.
Oh my god. Shout out to my friend Alan, that's from him.
Summarizing. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Alan.
So we have the second card that come on to what to avoid. It's really funny because I said flexibility, so this one come out on this side, so upside down. So basically focus on flexibility. All right, so avoid being too stiff, avoid being too narrow-minded, like stay open-minded basically, and let the breeze blow. Bend your knees and jump higher. Don't let that rocky road fool you, because the moon you're reaching for is right here for you.
Yeah, there's only one way out, and that's through. Sorry.
Yes.
Yay, we're on to our ceremonial part. So I didn't notice I had a pink candle until now.
Why do I feel like it's the more exciting part now?
Yeah, I know we're not usually that fussed about the ceremony, but I've got
good
vibe. I've got a good vibe about this one.
Yeah, maybe it's because we're working with crystals this time, because we don't do that really often.
Yeah, so we try to always match the sign or the element with the ceremony. So when it's earth, we've tended to use soil, but now today we're using crystals to signify earth, and I'm going to throw a bit of fire in there since I have this tiny piece of pink candle.
Yay.
So yeah, what I have asked people to do is to write down your intentions for this new moon, and remember, go big this time, because we've got that Uranus transformation, change, chaos, anything's possible energy coming in. So really be outlandish. And what we're going to do is we're going to whisper our intentions into the crystal, ideally pink and green to honor that Venus stationing, but whichever color you have really. So we'll whisper our intentions into them, and then you can sleep with this under your pillow on the night of the new moon. So I'm going to actually share in full mine because I like them and I took time to write them. So I would like to meet an incredible, sane, stable, loving guy who's ready and willing to love and embrace Onyx and I. I would like to continue to eat well and drop weight. I will secure enjoyable income that permits me to easily meet all my financial commitments and to care for Oni. Onyx and I's court woes are resolved. He's placed back in my sole care, and I am supported in my parenting. I'll just blank out names. So my solicitor and my barrister write a great case. Doctors prescribe me loracidone, and I make some local like-minded friends and get the paid contract to deliver young women's groups.
Yay. Yay. I can talk about mine a little bit.
Yeah. Whatever you feel comfortable.
Guess what? It's about money and business. Are you surprised?
No, mine's always love. Love is always the first of my list.
Yeah. So I have this one. I always forget their name, and their name are in that phone I'm using to record. So it's pretty and it's green and pink. We mentioned that. And I have this one I'm using as well. And I have, since my intention are about money, I found it's funny because it's a Canadian big coin. We don't have regular coin. Like, it's big, right?
Wait,
And guess where I found it? In Jamaica, behind my room. You remember the big tree? The big tree behind the house. This is where I found it, on the floor.
Wow.
And I'm like, what? I took it straight to my room. I washed it. I cleaned it, obviously. And then I slept. It was under my pillow for months. And at this time, it was when, so a week before I put it under my pillow, I made my first money in Jamaica. So I'm gonna try this again.
Nice. Yeah, that's your like money, good omen, money chart.
Yes. And yeah, my intention are related to business and money. I want to officially register my business here in Canada and open a business bank account, which is going to allow me to have everything on my business name, and my government name won't be used anymore. And yeah, that is it.
Nice. Short, succinct. The universe will thank you. The universe is going to be like, what? Wait, what was it? Sorry. Keep up, universe. Come on.
Keep up.
Oh, fabulous. Well, that concludes our new moon in Virgo. The next lunation we have is our full moon in Aries on September 29th. So do join us. In the meantime, before then, you can use the QR code to join us on Telegram. Any parting words, Amu?
Well, you can follow our social media as well. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. Oh my God, Amu Clarity. Amu Clarity. If you type Amu Clarity, you're gonna find me everywhere. And yeah, I want to mention PayPal. So if any of you would be willing to donate or cherish us with a little something, we would really appreciate. So there's our email address at the bottom of the screen. PayPal to send a little gift.
Yeah, man. No donation too small or too large. All achieved, received gratefully. And just to mention, feel free to pop in the comments below how you felt this new moon, what your intentions are. We love to get the engagement and interaction with you. We'll read them all, we'll respond, and yeah, we'll try to build this community.
Yes. Also, if you have any suggestion, things you want to learn about, things you want to see in the next coming presentation, we would actually add it up in our presentation if you are interested in those kind of information.
Nice. All right. Thank you all. See you at the end of September. Mwah.
Bye.